There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, YouTube? So today I'm doing my recap for Sausage Baddies episode 4. Y'all, it's funny how this episode correlates with what's going on right now and some of the stuff that's on the news and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I see y'all now. That's TV keeping it you feel me correlated with what's going on. So it started off with the whole Zoe fighting Homegrown. So Zoe shouldn't even have fought that girl. Cause one thing about Adrian, I think that's how you pronounce it, she like to repeat herself. Like every time. She says something 1,000 times over. This her in this episode. I'm trying to make peace and correlate and be on a peaceful terms. We did 3 rounds. Okay, we did 3 rounds. We all cool. Okay, we all cool. We copacetic and we cool. I ain't got no problems with nobody. I ain't got no problems with nobody. We did 3 rounds. We did 3 rounds. She just kept saying that. I'm like, okay, girl, like shut up. Like I was over to hit her for keep repeating herself. Like, damn, be quiet. And I liked how ET was pressing Zoe about the whole fight thing because Zoe did sound like a follower because she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna I fight when my friends fight. I'm gonna fight too." So it's kind of like, girl, that's like you're a follower. So you're admitting you're a follower. Like you're a follower. ET was like looking at her like crazy. It's funny how ET was looking at her. ET was looking at her like, like you sound stupid. So she kept asking her to clarify that thing. And Zoe at first like denied it, but then she kind of admitted it towards the end. So I'm kind of like, why didn't you just say like what you meant at the time? But Zoe to me sometimes does some questionable stuff. So that in itself was questionable. So Adrian kept talking about the fight. 3 rounds, 3 rounds, 3 rounds. Run around the house, 3 rounds, 3 rounds, 3 rounds, right? So then we see Zoe and Kenzie kind of get into it because y'all saw in the confessionals, which I'm still not over that they did that shit, which was so fucking sneaky and smart. The whole confessionals, them talking shit about each other. So Zoe was like, "Oh, I low key want to box you because you was saying how you was basically saying how I'm not bringing it into the show, blah 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 blah, all this type of stuff." So then Kenzie was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. Like, what you trying to do about it? Like, you just big. That's it, right? So they was going back and forth a little bit, but then they ended up being cool because they was like, okay, let's arm wrestle. So they was about to arm wrestle on the table. Kenzie funny as fuck because Kenzie on this episode had like this white jumpsuit type thing, and it looked like compression material. So she was like, I'm about to pass out in this shit and fuck up my my elbows with this shit because it was so tight. Like it looked hella fucking tight on her ass. So then they was about to arm wrestle. Next thing you know, they just get up and start twerking. So I'm like, oh my god, like that was so fucking pointless. And then we see Cripsess leave. And y'all, why would you go in the house if you were gonna do that? If you had a nigga, she was like, oh, so like my nigga, you feel me, not really feeling comfortable with me staying in the house because it's a bunch of niggas, you feel me, like around the house, and they not sure if like he not sure if I'm like fucking with other niggas, so like I'm gonna have to go because he not fucking with it. And I'm like, you didn't watch first season? All we seen was these young little boys, and they really look underage, to be honest. They don't look of age. Some of them do, but not all of them. So I don't know what he worried about. But like, you feel me? Like, why would you go on the show if you watched the first season? You've seen all them boys the first season. You don't think it's gonna be even more next season because it's probably gonna be more girls than what they had last season. And it was gonna be more organized. I don't get it. So to me, that was such a waste of fucking time. Like, and then the dude, I think we seen him in the episode. I hope Chris says not still with that dude because if he got to do that, that means that nigga got issues. So, baby, you better be careful, Crip says, okay? And that's on the dead homies, like you said, okay? On the dead homies. I still want to hear her sing, like, the fuck? Send me a video, y'all, of her singing in the comments. Because since y'all say, Chris does know how to sing, she know how to sing. Send me a video, put it in the comments, tell me where to go, because I want to hear it, okay? We see the next thing, they all go to, like, the party or whatever. and this Apple Watch party. It's so sad seeing her, especially now that we know like she got into that bad car accident with the whole truck or whatever. So she was like popping her boobs up and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, like that's so fucked up how that happened to her. But thank God she's still alive. I like how at the end of the episode they gave her a little bit of like a little tribute and like we hope she get better type shit. So I like that they put that in there because that was nice. So next thing you know, next scene, fight scene, just screaming, arguing, because Barbie decided to put a shady text in the group chat, and I'm like, we need to see this group chat. Every time they mention this group chat, they need to screenshot it and be showing us screenshots on the screen on this WhatsApp, okay? On this WhatsApp, we need to see what be on this WhatsApp, cause baby, like you get what I'm saying. I want to see what's on this WhatsApp that everybody be in a roar about. Cause first it was Caleb Benz, Caleb motherfucking Benz, and now it's Barbie. So Barbie was in her confession. She like, so like I decided, to put some shit in a group chat because I felt like it was a little bit of like fakery going on in the house. You feel me? So like I put some in a group chat and like bitches, they was getting mad. They was getting a little scary because that bitch Rock or whatever, they was getting nervous because that bitch Rock was coming to the house. So I put in a group chat like I don't fuck with fake bitches, and like I liked Naj twerking, and Naja, she felt some type of way about it, and like I didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, wait, what? Like it doesn't make any sense. So apparently she basically was like she don't like them being fake. I guess she felt like some of the girls in the house were being fake. I don't know if it was fake as in like they be super super cool with each other, and then next thing you know, like they talking shit about each other bad, they don't say it, or she said something of the sort of them acting weird in the house. So I'm like, what? Like it kind of didn't make sense. So y'all know Naj. Naj looked hella drunk in this episode. Sister girl had to be turned because you could tell when Naj is drunk. She starts talking like this. Yeah, what do you mean? She does the strenuous scream like the what? Fuck is you talking about? Get your sister on the phone. Yeah. So that's Naj when she drunk. Shout out to Naj if you watch it. But yeah, she sounds very like drunk type shit. So they start going back and forth. And this is my whole thing. We've seen earlier this week, Macy Gray like talk about like transgender people and how whether you get any body parts or whatever, that still doesn't make you a woman and stuff. The thing I didn't like what Barbie did, you tried to read her, but you read her on her womanhood. But you're trans, like you're trying to become a woman. So you can't be like, oh, my titty's bigger than yours, da da da, and blah blah. You shouldn't even be a woman. You should be a man. Stuff like this is what cisgender girls watch and they use against trans girls. They see this type of stuff. They like, see that's what we be talking about. That's why we don't like these trans girls because look, they don't even want us to be women. They want to be the women, and you feel me? They don't respect us and blase blase. They don't respect our womanhood. Blah 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 blah. So Barbie is the main example of why a lot of trans girls get a bad rep because of what she did in this episode, like going off on Nas talking about oh your little ass booty, da 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 da. Like you could have read Nas a whole bunch of different ways than to talk about her body parts. I'm sorry. You feel me? And I fuck with Naj, but you could read her 1,000 different ways besides that, besides body parts. Like that to me was such a slick ass read because a lot of the girls in the house are not even like slim, thick, big booty type shit. Like you feel me? All of them are like slim. So that was to me was kind of pointless and it sounded kind of stupid on Barbie's end, in my opinion. So I'm just like, oh my god, like this just looks so so bad. So y'all know Naj, she drunk as fuck. She started saying shit. She like, but you a nigga though. But you a nigga. I wish my brother was here, bro. He'll hit you with a boop 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 wop bop bop bop. The fuck? What is you talking about? They start going back and forth. Start going back and forth or whatever. Mind you, Barbie has her titties out, and I'm like, why are your titties out, girl? Like, put them shits back in. Like, this isn't Justice Cabaret. Like on Justice Cabaret, that's the only time I'm used to just seeing random titties out. So when I see her titties out, I'm like, why are your titties out, girl? Like, are you doing it to sort of like make Naj mad because Naj doesn't have that much boobs? Like, I didn't get the point of that because in my opinion, they didn't look like the best. So it's like, what are you doing, girl? So they're also now that Steve, I'm gonna have to call y'all out. Y'all fucking up with the editing because we seen Sunshine there and we see Amberlyn there. They didn't get no introduction, especially Sunshine, because I heard she's supposed to be like a replacement this season. We didn't get no introduction to her. We saw a little glimpse of her on her phone, and I'm like, y'all just gonna act like Sister Girl was just living in this house this whole time. Like, that looks kind of crazy. You get what I'm saying? It looks very, very crazy. So also, the episode ends off with them just all sitting around. And you know who irritated the hell out of me? Leilani. The whole time she was like, a lot of people, they acting weird in this house because if you're centered, you don't, you feel me? You don't have to basically um start controversy with other people because if you're centered, you're centered. Okay. So keep that in mind, y'all. Okay. And she running around the house, you feel me? Walking around with leaves that she found outside of the South Central house and just burnt them in all over the stone, calling it sage girl. So she walking around in the house with the sage thing. She just gets on my nerves. Something about her I don't like. Like I feel like that whole little clean vaginal thing aura that she does with the incense and shit. I feel like it's all a facade. I don't think that's the real her. I feel like it's a facade she puts on for the camera, and it's really irritating. Like I'm sorry. I'm telling y'all the truth, baby. So they all sit around and they basically kind of all talk it out. They're like, "Oh, that's not cool. Like you talking about my woman hit or whatever." And then Naj was like, "And even you, Barbie, you snitched on Kenzie. I thought me and Kenzie was gonna have issue, but it's me and you that got an issue." So then Barbie's like, "When if I snitched out on Kenzie? Like when I did that?" So then Kenzie started going back and forth with Naj a little bit, but they're cool. So Naj doesn't really fuck with just Barbie. And then not gonna lie, Naj was eating Barbie a little bit up because he was just like, she was like, Kenzie give, you don't give Barbie, you don't give at all. Like Kenzie gives, you don't. And I'm like, ooh. And I'm not surprised though that Kenzie and Barbie have each other's back because there are the two trans girls in the house. But it's just the stuff that Barbie was saying, it sounds like it's so wrong. Cause that's the stuff that they be using against trans girls that don't be doing that type of stuff. They're gonna be like, you just like that trans girl who be talking shit about women's body parts and stuff, but you trying to be a woman. You get what I'm saying? It just looks bad. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought about this episode, y'all. The next episode looks good too. Shout out to Apple Watts. Hopefully she gets better and recovers and everything. And entertainers, we are out, babies.
Ain't no personal thing.